What is going on, Pisces? Welcome back to my channel if you've been here for a while, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tawny Michelle, and I do astrology and I do tarot card readings on this channel. But if you would like to hear about your horoscope for December 2018, then you can go ahead and keep listening. If you haven't already, it is very good to go back and check out your video that I did for November 2018, because I also added a lot of bonus information in there on how 2019 is going to play out for you with certain aspects in astrology. Also, it's really just good to go back and watch these videos at the end of the month. That way you can kind of get clarity on some things that have happened and know why they happened and things like that. Also, I offer birth chart readings. All the information for that is down in the description below. It's been so much fun doing them. I love helping you guys with that and seeing things just click for you, and you guys can, get answers to things that you've been wanting. It's really been an amazing experience so far. So if you are interested in that, check the description below, and it tells you everything that you need to do down there to schedule a birth chart reading with me. And with that all being said, let's go ahead and get into your December horoscope, Pisces. So the first thing we are going to talk about is Venus coming into Scorpio, which happens December 2nd. So right at the beginning of the month of December. So Venus was already in Scorpio back in the beginning of September, around September 9th. It moved a little bit through Scorpio and then retrograded back into Libra in October. So if you want to try to remember some things that may have came up the month of December, that's when Venus was in Scorpio last, and it kind of didn't really finish what it was doing because it ended up retrograding back into Libra. So now it's kind of back to keep working and finish up what it was doing. It's going to be in Scorpio till the end of January. So the things that I'm going to talk about that means for you is going to affect you until the end of January. So just keep that in mind. So Venus and Scorpio for you, Pisces, is your 9th house. Scorpio is your 9th house. So Venus being here, Venus rules relationships, it rules creativity, money, things like that. And Scorpio rules death, rebirth, transformation, deep hidden things, truth, things like that. Scorpio is a very deep and intense sign. Now, death and rebirth can mean a lot of different things. I know when people first hear that, they think of physically dying and your soul going to heaven and all of that stuff, but it's not really just that. It's death and rebirth is all kinds of things. It's change. It's really just the death and rebirths that we go through in our life, the death of a career and the rebirth of a new one, things like that. It can be as simple as that. So don't freak yourself out too much about that part. So with Scorpio being your 9th house and with Venus being here in your 9th house, your 9th house rules higher education, learning, teaching, spirituality, religion, and things like that. So with Venus being here, it could be bringing in some really cool new opportunities in those areas of your life. You could be, learning about new spirituality, new things to do with spirituality or religion. You could just be learning a lot, you know what I mean? You could be growing a lot. This could also have a lot to do with education. You could be educating yourself on some new things, some new belief systems, some new religions or spirituality. So with Venus, the planet of relationships, being in Scorpio, even though that is your 9th house, since Venus does rule relationships, there definitely is going to be somewhat of a relationship aspect and flavor to this. This could also, have to do with new spirituality beginnings or new spiritual beginnings in your relationships. This could be transformation in your relationships, changes in your relationships, not just with the people that you're dating or married to. This could be family, friends, whatever. Kind of getting creative with your spirituality. I don't know, maybe helping other people, things like that out of love and just wanting to help people. This could be bringing up truths about your belief systems and your spirituality or your religion and things like that. Then on December 7th, we have a new moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius for you is your 10th house of career, the public, power, things like that. So with the new moon here, I think it's going to bring new beginnings in your career life. This could be a random just drive that you have or motivation that you have in your career life or with your projects or things to do with the public. This could also be a little bit about self-worth and learning to, love yourself, and, you might be learning some new things about yourself that were deep inside of you, or working on some things, to do with yourself that you needed to take a look at, and areas of your life that you needed to work on. I think this is also going to be about trusting in yourself more, Pisces. Instead of waiting for someone to come along and like teach you things and show you things, I think this is going to be like, it's almost like an aspect of like, you kind of already know the answer for something, but you second guess yourself so much. So you ask a question even though you already know the answer to it, and the person tells you the answer and you're like, oh my God, I knew that. And then kind of looks at you like you're stupid, like, you already knew that, why did you ask me? Or how did you not know that, when really you did know that deep down, but you just second guess yourself so much. I think this is really going to be about not second guessing in yourself and trusting yourself more. With it being public, I feel like this could bring up like some kind of public speaking thing, or some kind of communications involving your career life, because Mercury is going to be going back into Sag, which, like I said, is your 10th house. And Mercury is the planet of communication, technology, the mind, and things like that. So I do feel like there's an aspect to this of second guessing yourself, and something to do with public speaking, or speaking in front of people, or speaking to people. I think that Pisces right now, I think, like I said in my November horoscope for Pisces, I think a lot of you guys really don't realize how much power you have. I think a lot of you guys second guess yourself and are going through this weird thing where you're second guessing yourself, and you just don't have confidence in yourself, and you really should, because you have more power than you think you do. And I think that instead of asking those questions and waiting on someone else to give you the answers that you already know, you know what I mean, this is going to be a start for you, I think, where you really are going to be able to jump ahead if you but it's going to be up to you. Like, you're going to have to take that action to do so, and to prove to yourself that you can do it. And instead of waiting for others to teach you, I think that a really great way to gain your confidence from all of this is, instead of waiting for others to give you the answers, or waiting for others to do what you already know you need to do, or give you the advice you already know that you need to have, I feel like you could, be that teacher and be that person for somebody else. With Mercury coming in your 10th house, it is going to be retrograde for a bit in Scorpio, which, like I said, is your 9th house of teaching, learning, and things like that. I think that this is really going to be you finding the confidence and standing up, and you being able to teach someone else, you being able to, give someone else advice. And I feel like that would really help you right now find the confidence within yourself. And because I feel like you've probably felt like you've been in like a deep hole, especially in Scorpio season, and some of you may want to like just crawl back into it, but it's Sag season, and it's you just can't do that. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you could if you really wanted to. You can stay in bed and stuff, but Pisces, you have a lot more power than you think you do, and it's time to put it to the test and really see what you can do with it. And I feel like a very good way to start doing that is for you to maybe start helping someone else, start teaching someone else some things. And because you Pisces are really known for having a very badass intuition. Like, you guys probably have the best intuition on the planet, the most psychic abilities on the planet. Pisces are very, very spiritual, dreamy people. And, I think that you guys just need to trust in yourself more and trust in your intuition more. And I feel like that is going to be a really good start for you. And that is something that you could start working on this month. You have a lot of good aspects coming up. I mean, these aren't bad things. It's just you and your mind could possibly be getting in the way of what you could accomplish. You know what I mean? Because you don't believe that you can, but everybody else around you is just like, God, if she would just speak up, and if she would just be more assertive, if she would just be more sure about herself, or if he would just do this and just do that, they could be amazing, you know what I mean? And you are amazing, you just don't see it. So I feel like that's a real big theme for you right now, and has probably been going on for a little while. So I honestly think that, you know, this is the time for you guys to become leaders, you know what I mean? And, you know, because it is Sagittarius and because Mercury will be here, you know, you might get to a point, because anger is going to be a big thing, and I feel like that anger might put a, you know, fire under that confidence for you. And, you know, you might have been holding back a lot of things, maybe when it comes to your work life or your personal life or your public life, where you might, you know, feel like so angry and just so over people like stepping on you, or, you know, not trusting in you, that you might like get to a point, you like mid-December or like the second week in December, where you're like, screw this, like I'm gonna say this because I've been waiting to say it for so long, and I know this and it's gonna feel good. But, you know, because it being Sag, like it just does whatever feels good, it doesn't think about anything. You really have to think about what you say, because like I said, like with this, I have like a feeling of public speaking with this, and it doesn't mean like you're gonna be in front of the public physically speaking. Like, yeah, some of you could, but I feel like it's also just like how you speak to the public. And, you know, you really just want to watch yourself and what you say and how you say things, especially while Mercury is retrograding. That's going to be going on until the first week of December. So just really watch what you're saying and how you say it. Don't let anger get the best of you. You guys aren't normally angry people, but just saying, I know how it can feel to be like, you know, underestimated for so long, and then you just like finally like are like, oh, I can't take it anymore. You guys have kind of gotten comfortable with like just kind of being the underdog almost, and just like letting other people do their thing, and like trying not to get stepped on. But I think it's time for you to like really come out of your shell, Pisces, and stand up and like take life by the balls and be like, I'm doing this, you know what I mean? It's now or never. And I feel like it's really that time for you guys. I do want to say, like, there could be some negative aspects to this as well, with it being Scorpio, and Scorpio being your 9th house. Scorpio also does rule, you know, like deeper truths and lies and things like that. So watch out for like fake gurus, you know what I mean? Or like people that might be deceiving you. You also have Neptune, your ruling planet, in your home sign, and Mars in your home sign. So you could be having like a creative drive right now, like a really like just a lot of motivation when it comes to creativity or like projects and spirituality and things like that, with Mars and Neptune being in your sign. But also like make sure that you're not being delusional about anything. Make sure, like, you know, your self-worth issues, for instance, like thinking that you can't do this because you're not good enough, like that's delusional in a way. So make sure that you're not, you know, being delusional about things. Make sure that you fact check what people say if it's like important and you need to. Make sure that people aren't getting over on you, that kind of thing. So the last aspect I want to talk about is December 22nd. There's going to be a full moon in the sign of Cancer. Full moons are going to be like, this is going to be like kind of closure and some insights and clarities to some things in your life. And Cancer for you is the 5th house of fun, projects, affairs, friends, just anything that you know, fun. It can be love, whatever, creativity, things like that. So with Cancer being your 4th house and with this full moon here, you know, you could have some clarity when it comes to like projects or projects to do with like technology for some reason. I want to say that. And because Cancer is like another water sign, I want to say that this could bring up some emotions, some old emotions, and your intuition probably a little bit more than others, maybe like your intuition and your like insight to things, your psychic abilities, any psychic abilities you might have, if you're empathic, whatever. This could be super intense around this time, Pisces. Like this could really bring up some like visions, some dreams. So really make sure like you mark December 22nd in your calendar, on your phone or whatever, and like watch out for some of the signs or synchronicities or dreams that you have that night, or any just weird things that go on that day. It's going to be a really powerful day. It's happening on the winter solstice, and it's also going to be the shortest day of the year. So make sure you're really paying attention to the things that go on that day. That is pretty much it for your December 2018 horoscope video, Pisces. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if any of this resonated with you down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.